Hello everyone, I am Neetika Shridhar, Assistant Vice President at ICRA Limited, and through this podcast I'll be sharing the key highlights of the auction of state government securities held in the month of February 2024. In the 4 weekly auctions that were held in February 2024, 18 state governments and 2 union territories issued Rs 1.1 trillion of state government paper. This was lower than Rs 1.5 trillion that the states had indicated to the RBI in the Q4 auction calendar. The total issuance in the month of January-February combined was Rs 2.1 trillion compared to Rs 2.9 trillion that was indicated. So there is a gap of about 750 billion. So previously ICRA had projected that the actual issuance in Q4 of FY24 would be around 3.5 trillion. This was lower than the indicated 4.1 trillion for that quarter, or a downside gap of about Rs 600 billion. We now expect the state government issuance in Q4 of FY24 at around Rs 3 trillion. So this implies an average weekly auction size of Rs 220 billion in the 4 weeks of March 2024. The auction sizes would be impacted by the timing and quantum of release of the remaining tax devolution by the Government of India to the states in the month of March. So with the release of Rs 8.9 trillion as tax devolution by the Government of India till February of 2024, 2.1 trillion is left for disbursal to the states to meet the target tax devolution of 11 trillion, which was indicated in the FY24 revised estimates. If the Government of India chooses to release the entire Rs 2.1 trillion to the states between 10th to 12th of March, which is the typical date of the monthly transfer of tax devolution, it may compress the size of the subsequent weekly auctions. As far as state-wise trends are concerned in the month of February, West Bengal, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu accounted for bulk of the shortfall in the state government paper relative to the indicated borrowing. However, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir's issuances exceeded the indicated level by 12 to 60 billion. The weighted average cost of the state government securities declined by 22 basis points to 7.46 in the month of February 2024 from 7.68% in the month of January 2024. So this was partly because of the lower than indicated issuance in each of the 4 weekly auctions in February 2024. So although the spread between the 10-year state government paper and the 10-year GSEC averaged 40 basis points in February, this is mildly higher than 37 basis points that was seen during April to January FY24, and it had narrowed from the elevated levels in certain weeks of December-January FY24. Overall, 26 state governments and 2 union territories have raised Rs 8.1 trillion through state government paper between April and February to FY24. This is 32% higher than Rs 6.2 trillion that was borrowed by states in the same period last year, and 15% lower than the indicated amount of 9.6 trillion for this period. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for our upcoming podcast.